Okay, right after the video that you sit down and watch, the very first thing you do is turn to your person, look them square ball in the eye, and say, "Hey, Brian, do you see any reason not to get started with us right now?" If they say anything but yes, then before they say anything, what I want you to do is have your tools that I've given you, and you pick up your Success Magazine, and you say, "Brian, do you know network marketing really works? Do you know network marketing really works? Do you?" Yeah. And if they say no, you say, "Well, why not?" Many millionaires, Success Magazine says more millionaires have been created in network marketing than any other single industry. Well, that's pretty positive. That's pretty powerful. Just because it hadn't happened to you and me doesn't mean that it can't. It only can't if we don't allow ourselves the chance to succeed. Here's our opportunity. What's our risk? $250? Gold and silver products? We're not even dealing with shampoo, foo-foo juice, energy drinks, all that other junk. This is real stuff. We need to own some anyway. So why don't you just get on board with me and give it a try? We're teamed up with the people who know how to do it. They'll teach us. We're at the very beginning. That's how you make money. You ready to get started? Every time you give them an answer to one of their objections, now these are the only ones that I'm going to give you, is the ones you have tools with that you can use. Okay? But make sure you have your tool like this that I've given you a copy of, and hold it right in front of their faces the whole time you're talking, just like I'm doing. Okay? Then you say, "Hey, if they hem haul around, they're not ready to get in yet. Look, are you still paying income taxes?" What is most people going to say?
Yes.
Yeah. So, well, what are you doing to not pay income taxes? Nothing. Most people are going to say that. You say, "Hey, look, join me in a gold and silver business. Let's collect some coins and let's turn some of our personal expenses into business expenses. Let our income taxes buy us a little bit of gold and silver." Well, really, that's going to be a good one. Buy us a little bit of gold and silver while we're learning how. Here, read this article. Ask any CPA. Listen, we can actually, it's not we're going to spend more money. It's that we're going to have approximately about 5,000 of our normal expenses that will become business expenses because we're trying to build our business and make a profit. Now, only if we're trying to do it. It only takes 5 to 10 hours out of our life a week. That's not much. And so, look, my math says real quick that the lowest income tax bracket is 15%. So, 15% of 5,000 is what? $750, isn't it? No. Yeah. $750. Well, but that's not all the taxes we pay, is it? Huh? We pay Social Security, all that kind of stuff. That's almost 20%. So in essence, we are paying 35% income tax bracket. Because if we reduce that income, we don't pay the Social Security, Medicare, and all that up either. So if we take about 30% of that, that's $1,500, right? Hey, well, what do you mean? I'm not spending more money? No. It means that you're in a business. Right now, you and me are talking. Then when we eat meal, we drink this coffee, we go out, our mileage counts. The CPAs tell us all about it. I'm not a CPA. CPAs tell us, okay, what's deductible and what's not deductible. Okay, but we converted personal expenses to deductible expenses while we're trying to make a profit. Well, $1,500, it costs $250 for a membership. We buy $100 coin a month. That's $1,450. Basically, we're in the business for free. In other words, instead of paying taxes, we put ourselves in business with our taxes. We could try that for 2 years. Why not, right? We haven't got anything to lose, unless you like paying taxes to the government, to waste, to give it to people who don't do nothing, right? Excuse my English, but I like to talk that way sometimes. Well, you ready to get started with me? See, every time you give something, you ask the closing question. You ready to get started with me right now? If they hem hawing, they're not ready to sign up. What do you do next? You say, hey, Brian, let's get real. How old are you? 51. Do you have a plan B?
Not really.
Yeah, most people do not have plan B. Okay, so if they're still working and they don't have a plan B, you can say, well, what would happen to you tomorrow if you actually, your industry just totally shut down, you got put out, and what would happen if we had an economic crash? You lost your job. How are you going to pay rent? You know, everybody needs a plan B. This is a great plan B. Look at it. Look at the program. One on your left, one on your right. Get tax deductions while we're doing it, and we can learn how. And we got the best teachers in the world to teach us how. They got a great training program. They teach us how. We can earn while we learn. You ready to get started with me right now? Okay. Ask the closing question every time you give some information. Okay. Now, if they're not ready to get started right now, then, you say, well, you know what we need to do? We need to let you look at all this information. Here's my card. And just remember, I'm doing this. You could have been here. So the next person I'm talking to, they could have been under you. But I'm going to go ahead and start talking to people while you're looking. Okay? So you take my card, you look over the website, you get all your questions. I'll hook you up with the people that are my team members, and we'll answer all your questions for you. Okay? But remember this. You could have been here, and everybody else I'm talking to is going to be under you, and they count for you. But, if you come in later, it's okay. But that's what you missed out on. I just want to let you know that. I gave you a first chance. Okay? You ready to get started right now? Every time you ask the question, are you ready to get started right now? Okay. Now, I know you may be a little apprehensive, but I need to go ahead and tell you exactly what the masters say in this business about doing the business. What you may be scared that you don't have time, you don't have anything. But let me tell you what they're talking about. They give us our job description right up front. I mean, they tell us what we have to do for this 5 to 10 hours. All they're asking us to do, they got what we call a going back to school program. And it's 2 years, 1 year to learn, 1 year to earn, 3 to 5 years to build a walk-away income. Are you retired already? If you're retired already, then you need to think about having some extra income coming. Wouldn't it be great to have an extra $1,000 or $2,000 a month or a week coming in for the rest of your life? That would enhance your retirement greatly, wouldn't it? And guess what? Instead of traveling around the world on your own dollar, go build your business in different places and enjoy the environs while you're trying to expand your business. Okay? So they tell us what our job description is. 5 little things. They tell us that all we have to do is make a commitment of 5 to 10 hours a week. We pick our time. that we're going to commit to it. And out of that time, what we need to do is we need to build a list. They give us a list builder, tell us how to build a list. We write up a list of 50 people or 100, and they tell us how to contact these people. And we start contacting them. And they call an exposure something that you just send an email, postcard, a letter, talk to them and give them out your card. And it's got your website on it. And it asks them if they'd like to earn an extra, $500 to $1,000 a week. And you give them the card. And that's a contact. But if you sit down and watch the video with somebody like I did with you, you do 3 of those a week. Now, you can do it with your partners or without your partners. You got teams to help you. And so that's what you do. It doesn't mean you're trying to force people to get in the business. I'm not trying to twist your arm, Emma. So, but I do ask you if you want to join. Okay? Now, that's our job description. And then the other time, for this 5 to 10, it only takes a few minutes to make what is called a contact. So you make 5 contacts in a day in 15 minutes. Send out an email, postcard, or something like that. Okay? But it does take about an hour, half an hour to an hour to sit down and watch the video with someone. Okay? Now you attend a meeting or an opportunity call, or see if you're not in a place to have a meeting, well, you're going to start one. And you start it using the opportunity call. You pick the night you want. They have an opportunity call every night. And you can put it up on your computer. You can get a partner. What you want to do is get a partner on your left and a partner on your right. And you team up. And you become that team. Because they got little sprinkles all across the United States right now. And do you know, how do you make that big money in network marketing? Every one of them tell you. They got in at the ground floor. That's how you make the money. This is Ground Floor Company. They opened in November 4th, 2016 as a pre-launch. So they hadn't even really officially opened. That's going to happen in July of 2017. So we're all getting a kickstart and getting our business established and a foundation put together to really grow this company. And they got little pockets all across the country. You can hear them on the opportunity call that they have. Okay? Now, so do that 1 hour a week, and then attend a training session like this, 1 hour a week. That's how you're going to get your 5 to 10 hours. The other time is the last thing you do is you will watch the videos on your website. You'll read your website. You spend about half an hour every day, 5 days a week, not 7, just 5 days a week on your website. That's your job description. That's how you do the business. That's how you go through the learning curve. It's that simple. You ready to get started with us right now? Okay, that's the training for tonight. And now we're going to answer any